Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Municipality of Monroeville Zoning Hearing Board meeting for January 2020. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Sharon, maybe we roll call, please.
Mr. Rosapel?
Here.
Mr. Griziak?
Here.
Mr. D'Agostino?
Here.
Mr. Dice?
Here.
Mr. Weldon?
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the date and time set for reorganization. It always takes place after a municipal election, which took place this past December. So it's appropriate at this point for the board to reorganize and name officers.
I'd like to make a motion to keep the positions as they have been for 2019.
And why don't we state who they are? Mr. Rosapel is president,
Chairman.
chairman, and your two positions are what?
I am vice chairman.
Secretary.
Secretary. Okay, that's so that the record's clear. Okay, there's a motion and second.
I make a motion second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, you're reorganized. How do you feel now?
I
Organized.
feel great.
Organized. I'll accept a motion on the approval of minutes from last month's meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Minutes have been approved. Under new business, Paul, please.
We have one item tonight, 19-33-A, Rosalie Farrer. Applicant requests a special exception from Table 201A of the Monroeville Zoning Ordinance Number 1443 as amended to operate a web-based business from a single-family residence to schedule physical and occupational therapy appointments at the patient's home. The property is located at 2452 Haymaker Road, tax parcel 97E109 in the R2 one-family residential zoning district.
Thank you. Anybody here for this purpose tonight?
Is the applicant here?
Is Rosalie?
The applicant is not here.
Maybe?
Here comes somebody running in the door.
Hi, so you were upstairs. We were waiting upstairs.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's where we met.
Is one of you Rosalie?
Meeting's down here.
I'm Rosalie.
Okay, why don't you get your stuff together, and I'm going to have you come up front here. We're almost coming back next month.
When you're ready, just go up to the
You ready? Come up
microphone.
here, please. Sign in over here to your right, that microphone right there. State your name for the secretary.
Rosalie Ferrer.
Raise your right hand.
Why don't you spell your name for the court report?
It's on here.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Would you raise your right hand, please? You
Thank
swear to
you.
tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Okay.
Present your case.
I am building up a business. Sorry. I am putting up a business. It's home therapy services. I'll be an independent contractor. I'll be contacting home health agencies to provide therapy services to patients' homes. The office will be at my home initially, but once the business gets moving and stuff, I'm planning to get an office. It's everything's gonna be web-based for now.
So for clarification, no patients will be coming to your home on Haymaker Road.
No patients, because we will provide the service to their homes.
So there's no cars coming to your property?
None.
Any questions from the board members?
Are you the actual therapist, or do you contract with therapists to go to patients' homes?
I'm also a therapist by profession, and I will be initially doing the evaluation, and I will be hiring assistants too as well.
And you go to their homes.
I will go to their homes.
Thank you.
Will you be having any type of meetings at your house with your coworkers once you build up your company?
I don't plan to do that. I might do it like outside,
Not
Me-
at your home on Haymaker.
not at home. Maybe I'll do like in Panera or something.
Any other board questions? No? Anybody in the audience?
We just want to, I see you have somebody else with you. Is she going to testify?
She's actually gonna be my business partner, kinda.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're in business with her. Is she going to add anything to this, or have you said it all? That was quick. That was easy. All right.
No, will you have an office also at Haymaker? Or how do you factor into the business?
We can
Want
always.
to come up here?
I was-
But-
I need to know her name.
Yeah, you need to,
My name is Donna Mandreza.
Why don't you
And-
spell it?
Yeah, please.
Mandreza.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand.
you swear the evidence you're about to give in this matter shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Need to sign the
Yeah,
roster,
would you
please.
come over here, sign in, and then stay right in front of that microphone?
She actually approached me and she said she might be needing more therapists eventually, so we kind of talk about partnering in this business. We are not planning to do business in our houses since our houses are small, so we can always use Zoom.us. It's a free online service.
So I understand, you're not going to her house and work.
No,
You said no, correct?
no.
Paul, do you have anything, any input from any of the neighbors or anything on this?
I was contacted by several residents. One of them is in the audience tonight. I believe she's going to have something to say. The other people that contacted me, I was able to answer all their questions over the phone.
Okay, thank you. You have any more to present at this time? Okay, would you just be seated there, please? Somebody in the audience wants to come forward? Come on up. Please sign in, state your name to the secretary.
Okay. My name is Catherine Horvath, Horvath.
Raise your right hand,
I'm
please.
sorry.
I swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter shall be the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Begin.
First of all, I would just like to say, I don't know these folks. They live directly across the road from me, which is fine, and I have nothing against anyone in the neighborhood. And so I'm just prefacing what I'm going to say. I've lived at my residence at 2459 Haymaker Road for 50 and a half years. Regarding the request for the special exemption to operate a web-based business from a single-family residence at 2452 Haymaker Road, right now I'm basically against this happening, but the reason that I feel that communities, Monroeville included, have designated sites for residential districts and commercial districts, and I feel that this is how things should be kept. I guess I'm in the dark ages, but that's how I feel. A couple of comments or concerns I have. If the special exemption is passed, will it cause an increase, and from what was said, it won't, but will it cause an increase in vehicular traffic or involve parking along the berm of Haymaker Road in the vicinity of this home? And the reason Safety is a major concern for me as well as hopefully for all involved with the traffic, blind spots, parking, and speeding of vehicles along the stretch of Haymaker Road. I literally sometimes have to take my life in my hands just reaching in the front of my mailbox to get my mail out because of how the cars come and go on Haymaker, and they do come over the white line. And I'm also concerned about the term special exemption versus just exemption, what it means for this request. If it's special exemption, does this mean that if the business remains at this residential home, will there be rooms added onto the home, outdoor signs, or other equipment that are necessary to be placed in the yard in order for this business to remain at this residence? Thank you for your time and consideration.
Do we have a copy of her letter?
Not that one. I have an email that was similar to that. Is it the same as the email?
Most of what I have on here is basically the email. I just did not go into as much
Why
detail.
don't you, can you give a copy to the court reporter?
What would you like?
That document.
A copy of this? Okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, is that okay?
Oh, that's fine.
If you need a phone number or something.
That's fine. We'll be able to find you.
I'm in the old telephone book. Thank you.
Okay.
And to answer your questions about the business, there will be no additions added to the existing house. No signs are permitted. So that's written in our zoning ordinance for a home-based, no-impact home-based business. The business has to operate as if it is a residence. Anybody driving by will not be able to know or tell that it is a business. So just driving by, it's just going to look like a house. No signs, no lights. It's just going to pretty much be the way it is. They're just getting special permission to operate a business within their home.
And you've already testified there's going to be no parking, so that was one of the considerations also for Ms. Horvath. What about the, Paul, could you explain the special exception versus special exemption or whatever that was a concern? Just the terminology or how it impacts the site?
It said special exception, and I've done a
We
little
can't hear,
bit.
Mr.
Could you
Chairman.
come up to the microphone, please?
The agenda indicated that it was a special exemption, and I didn't know, I did a little bit of research to see if I could figure out, what, if I was against it, what there was that I needed to present to someone saying why I was against it. And it's basically just because I want them separate. But the word exemption seems to mean one thing, and the word special exemption seems to mean another. And that's what I just wasn't sure, if the applicant had wanted the special exemption, or if the board uses that designation for everything if there's an exception to a rule.
Okay. So you know that the zoning hearing board hears certain appeals. One is an interpretation of the ordinance, the zoning ordinance, some language in the ordinance that might be unclear. You would pass on the clarity of the language of the ordinance. The other thing that you act on is variances. A variance is a situation where the ordinance, in conjunction with the land, the ordinance is so constricted that you can't use the land for the particular purpose that you want. And at that point, you can come in and ask for a variance. The burden is very hard to prove that. You have to prove that you didn't create the variance. A special exception is a use as a matter of right. There is no term exemption used in the ordinance at all. It's special exception. If you look at the language on the agenda, you'll see only the word special exception. That's a term of art that's used in the municipality's planning code to permit a landowner to come before this board, and you pass on special exceptions as well. Again, it's interpretations, variances, and special exceptions. And once the applicant demonstrates that they satisfy the requirements under the ordinance, they have the right under the law to be granted a special exception. the standard of proof is much less than that of a variance. It's just a matter of, preponderance of the evidence. It's not as heavy burden that you see with the variance situation. So special exception is a term that came from the municipality's planning code, which is the code that governs your zoning ordinance and governs you. That's really what it's all about.
Does that help answer your question?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Any further input on this? Otherwise, we'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the special exception as presented.
I second that.
Moved and seconded, ordinance 1933A. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck to you. Okay, I'll entertain one more motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.